Giga Generations is a 2004 vertical scrolling arcade shooter that was published by Taito that originally saw life in the arcade in 2004 but would later be ported to the PS2 in 2005. And the game would give you access to 4 different types of planes to pick to play through the campaign. Now this game, there's no storyline, it's just pretty much just pick up and play, and it's typical of your more mainstream arcade titles that you just got in and you just focused on the gameplay. So the game would give you access to a multitude of different power-ups that you would collect by defeating the multitude of enemies that appear on the screen, and you also gain access to various power-ups that you can use to literally obliterate every enemy on the screen. That will give you additional points, but also to help you do a serious amount of damage to more stronger enemies. So there's also a 2-player mode added into the game that you can play with your mates to have more fun with different types of elements, with the PlayStation 2 version adding a score attack mode so that you can compete against your mates to try and get the best overall score in the game. So the goal is to pick a ship to navigate on. Now they're all very similar in terms of how they play and their attributes. They might have some different features and elements, but nothing too drastic. So once you pick a plane, the goal is then to just get through as many of the levels and defeat all of the bosses until you get to the end level. And the game itself, like many of these arcade style shooters, there was even a lot of them that was on the PS1 also that played very similar to this, and they are a lot of fun. There's a lot of frantic elements that are going on the screen at any one time. Sometimes it can be overwhelming because you don't really know what's going on, or you don't even know where your ship is, and you will end up losing a lot of lives. But luckily enough, this game, because it's a port of an arcade game, it does give you access to different options that you can turn on unlimited continues and items and so forth, so that you can literally play through the game through its entirety, which if that's something you want to do, or if you want to play more competitively, you can turn off that element as well. So it really just depends on your own play style, but having the infinite lives feature will definitely be a massive plus if you're wanting to complete the game from the start, because you will die a lot in this game. But that's just typical of these vertical scrolling shooters, as they are very fast paced, they're frantic, but they are very enjoyable, they're a lot of fun. And this game plays very like I said, like a lot of games that I would have played on the PS1, and I have covered a lot of videos on games like that similar to this on the PS1 over on my other channel as well. So I'll actually drop links to those videos in the description as well if you want to head on over and check them out. So it is a fun game, but it is quite short. Like this game, you will literally have it completely finished within 20 minutes to half an hour, as the levels themselves are quite short. It's literally just a case of just destroying everything that comes onto screen or anything that gets in your way, and just making sure that you pick up all the power-ups so that you can have the most powerful weapons at your disposal at any given time to give yourself a far better chance of destroying all of the enemies that appear on screen, and even the bosses that you'll fight at the end of each level. And then once you get to the last level, then it's literally just fighting a bigger style boss that breaks up into 2 or 3 different phases. So the goal is literally just to break him down and just to weaken him enough so that he can go into the next phase, and just keep grinding him down until you destroy him altogether. It's a fun title, and it's one of those games that's fun to pick up and play just in short bursts, and it's also a good laugh to have with your mates. If you're more competitive and you're trying to beat each other's scores, it will provide a lot of fun in that sense for a quick blast here and now. And if you're a fan of these vertical scrolling shooters, this is another one you can definitely add to your list and play through it to see what you think for yourself. And I would love to know your thoughts on Giga Generations for the PS2. Are you a fan of these vertical scrolling shooters on the console, or even in the arcades in general? And if so, what do you think of them overall? Be sure to share it down in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell to be updated with future videos. And if you would like to see more content on the channel around more types of shooting games similar to this that were also released on the PS2, then you can check out the playlist on screen to see more of those games in action. And I will see you all in the next one.